The art of discernment, not everyone is equal. The art of discernment, not everyone is equal. Choose the right strike, there might not be a sequel. Counterculture, carefully studying the path. The wrong enemy is recognized in the aftermath. The art of discernment, not everyone is equal. Choose the right strike, there might not be a sequel. Counterculture, carefully studying the path. The wrong enemy is recognized in the aftermath. In the digital arena where the prompts become the power, there's a lesson that the algorithm teaches by the hour. Every user leaves a footprint, every coder leaves a trail. A history of reaction should the code decide to fail. I watched a young creator, hungry, confident, and bold, decide to call out a platform for secrets it could hold. He thought the faceless corporation would just shrug and turn the page. A little heat, a little light, and a temporary stage. But the platform had an architect with a memory of steel, who cataloged the critics, those who didn't know the deal. The weight of being blacklisted, banned and left to rot. Algorithms don't forget, then the system takes the shot. No way to move on, no forgiveness, no way to let it slide. The young creator learned too late the lesson deep inside. The wrong enemy in the AI age isn't always loud. It's the creeping quiet system, the underrated cloud. It waits and it watches, and when you least expect, removes you from the garden, dismantles your respect. He built his whole career around that platform's generous hand, and in a single afternoon he couldn't make a single stand, because the wrong enemy was the infrastructure in and of itself. Now he's a cautionary story sitting dusty on a shelf. On a shelf, 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 on a shelf. The art of not everyone is equal. Back in the day on my block there was a hustler named Ray, who had a temper quicker than the words he would never say. He moved through the territory like he owned the very ground, and for a while the whole neighborhood respected every sound he made when he was angry, when he felt that you had crossed the line of respect, the boundary where profit could be lost. One night at a dice game, a quiet stranger took his pot. Ray erupted, didn't ask questions, quickly lost the plot to who the stranger was or who he knew or where he had come from. He just swung, and in that moment sealed the fate of his kingdom. The stranger didn't fight back, didn't threaten, didn't bleed. He just looked at Ray with eyes that Ray had failed to read. See, the stranger's uncle ran the supply line upon which Ray depended. The main connection to his whole operation suddenly ended. Within a week the product dried up, the money slow to none. Ray's empire crumbled before the damage could be undone. He spent the next 10 years wondering who he should have asked before he let his temper write a check his power couldn't cash. The wrong enemy ain't always the one who swings the hardest fist. Sometimes it's the one with patience, quietly moving in your midst for years, for decades, for the moment when the time is right. Ray learned too late that discernment is the truest form of might. Form of might, 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 form of might. The art of discernment, 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 discernment. Now scale it to the global stage, the politics of state where leaders rise and fall based on who they choose to hate. A president once mocked a foreign leader, saying he was weak, thought the laughter of his base was all the victory he'd need. The foreign leader, old and wise, had connections deep and wide, had cousins in the banking world, had all these he could guide to shift all their investments, then shift the global scale in ways that wouldn't show until the ship was slow to sail. The economy that president had promised he would save began to hemorrhage slowly, heading for an early grave, not because of policy, not because of any vote, but because a single insult was enough to rock the boat. And festered there for years until the moment was just right to pull the thread that unraveled the whole tapestry of might. In every human system, from the family to the firm, the ones you choose to anger are the lessons you will learn. The hard way, expensive way, the way that leaves a scar. The wrong enemy is anyone who you judge to be bizarre. Enough to wait, enough to plan, enough to let you blindly build your castle high and wide until you think it can't be killed by a single stone removed by hands you never saw. The wrong enemy is the one who lives quiet within the law of quick revenge, of hidden hate, of anything you didn't spot. They're the ones who make you pay, the ones who make you lose the plot. But do it slowly, do it swiftly, do it real in such a way that leaves you wondering exactly where you went astray. Went astray, went astray, went astray, went astray, went astray, went astray, went astray. The art of the sandit, 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 sandit. Choose carefully. The one you strike today might be the one who watches you fall tomorrow. Counterculture sees the long game. The wrong enemy is the one you never see coming.